Hello, welcome to Secret Zone. Subscribe and turn on notifications for stories you won't forget. I never imagined that a single conversation could turn my entire world upside down, yet that day it did. I had always believed I knew my wife, Olivia, completely. Her laughter, the way she stirred her coffee in the morning, the quiet glances we shared that said more than words ever could. We had built a life together, filled with small joys, shared dreams, and the kind of love that felt steady, reliable, and unshakable. I thought our bond was unbreakable. That trust was something we could never lose. But that evening, everything changed. I had just returned home after a long day at work, expecting the usual warmth, the soft hum of the TV, maybe a gentle hello or a smile from her as I entered the house. Instead, the atmosphere felt strange, quiet in a way that immediately set my instincts on edge. And then she said it. Olivia looked at me calmly, scrolling through her phone, as if she were talking about the weather, and told me she wanted to date another man. The words hung in the air, heavy, sharp, impossible to ignore. I felt the initial sting of disbelief, the rush of confusion and hurt. But somehow, I stayed calm. I didn't yell. I didn't break anything. I didn't storm out or let anger take over. Instead, I took a slow breath, my mind racing but my face steady, analyzing, trying to understand what had led her to say such a thing, why she would even consider stepping outside the marriage we had built together. As I stood there, heart pounding, I realized that this moment, though devastating, was also a choice point, a moment where I could decide whether to react impulsively and destroy everything in rage or to stay composed, take control, and protect myself emotionally. I remembered every little moment we had shared, every laugh, every plan, every dream we had woven together, and I felt the weight of betrayal but also a strange clarity forming inside me. It was the calm that surprised her, the quiet steadiness in my voice and my eyes, the absence of chaos that made the moment more powerful than any shouting match or argument ever could. And as I listened to her explain, almost casually, almost bored, I knew that our story was no longer just about us. It was about choices, about self-respect, and about the way life sometimes breaks you down to build you back up stronger than before. Little did I know, the events of that day would lead me to face heartbreak like never before, yet also guide me toward something completely unexpected. A second chance at love, happiness, and a life that I could truly call my own. My name is Ethan, and I worked as a manager at a major electronics company. Life was simple, calm, and filled with love. My wife, Olivia, was the center of my world. I thought I knew her completely. Her laughter, the way she stirred her coffee in the mornings, the little glances we shared that said more than words ever could. Every day followed a steady rhythm, and our home was full of small joys. Quiet mornings together, walks in the evening, light-hearted jokes, and the comfort of shared routines. I had always believed our love was unshakable, that trust was something we could never lose. But that day changed everything. I had just returned home after a long day at work, expecting the usual warmth, the soft hum of the TV, maybe a smile or a gentle greeting. But the atmosphere felt different, strange, quiet, almost heavy. And then she said it. Olivia, scrolling through her phone as if she were talking about the weather, looked up at me calmly and said, "Ethan, I think I want to date another man." The words hung in the air, sharp and impossible to ignore. I felt the first pang of disbelief, the shock, the sudden rush of confusion and hurt. But somehow, I stayed calm. I didn't yell. I didn't storm out. I didn't let anger take over. My mind raced, searching for answers, trying to understand why she would say such a thing, why she would even consider betraying the life we had built together. And yet, deep down, I knew this moment was a choice, a moment where I could either let my emotions destroy me or stay composed and protect myself. Little did I know, this calm reaction would shock her, and it would mark the beginning of a journey that would break my heart and ultimately give me a second chance at life. When Olivia said those words, I felt my chest tighten, but I kept my expression steady. My mind replayed every memory we had shared, our laughter, dreams, small everyday moments that had made life so beautiful. But the reality was harsh. My trust had been broken. I stayed calm, but inside, the storm was raging. I asked her directly, "How long has this been going on? How long have you been betraying me?" Her eyes showed guilt and fear, but my calm demeanor made it clear that I would not react impulsively. I wanted her to speak the truth, to acknowledge her actions, while I silently protected myself. I contacted a lawyer and prepared all the documents. I would need to ensure that she could not manipulate or falsely accuse me. I realized that staying calm and composed was more powerful than shouting or crying. It allowed me to think clearly, plan my next steps, and maintain control of the situation. As I listened to her, my heart was broken, but I also discovered something important. Strength comes from calmness, from choosing how you respond to betrayal, from holding your dignity even when everything inside you is screaming in pain. That day, Olivia was shocked by my reaction, but for me, it was a lesson in resilience and self-respect. After taking time to process the betrayal and heal, I met Claire during a morning walk. She was kind, intelligent, and had a warmth that instantly made me feel at ease. Our conversations were natural and effortless, filled with laughter and mutual understanding. We respected each other, connected deeply, and soon decided to take the next step. I left behind the heartbreak, the betrayal, and the memories of pain. Claire and I built a life together based on love, respect, and trust. We created a home filled with laughter, comfort, and hope. Being with her taught me that life always has a way of giving second chances, that even after betrayal, happiness can return. I learned that calmness and patience are not just for enduring pain, they are the tools for finding a better future. With Claire, I discovered what true partnership feels like. Mutual support, shared dreams, and genuine happiness. The darkness of the past slowly faded, replaced by a life that was brighter, warmer, and full of possibilities. Now, I live a happy, fulfilled life with Claire. The heartbreak, the betrayal, and the anger I once felt are now only memories, but they shaped me into a stronger, wiser person. I learned that the best revenge is not to hurt those who betrayed you, but to rebuild your life, to find happiness, and to love again without bitterness. Olivia and her friend faced the consequences of their choices, while I chose a path of growth, dignity, and joy. Life moved forward, and I embraced it fully. With Claire, every day is filled with laughter, love, and peace. I finally understand that when life breaks you, it also creates room for something better to enter. Today, I am grateful, happy, and free. I've learned that second chances are real, that love can heal even the deepest wounds, and that moving on with dignity is more valuable than revenge. My story is a reminder that even after betrayal, life can give you another chance to be truly happy, to find someone who respects and cherishes you, and to create a future full of love, peace, and hope. Looking back, I realized that life's hardest moments often teach us the most important lessons. The betrayal I endured from Olivia broke my heart, but it also showed me the power of patience, calmness, and self-respect. I chose not to react with anger or chaos, and that choice gave me clarity, strength, and the ability to rebuild my life on my own terms. Meeting Claire was unexpected, yet it reminded me that second chances are real, and happiness can return even after the deepest pain. Today, I live a life filled with love, peace, and laughter, a life I could never have imagined during those dark moments. I learned that true revenge is not hurting those who betrayed you, but rising above, protecting your heart, and creating a future that reflects your worth. The past will always be a part of me, but it no longer controls me. I've learned to embrace love again, to trust my instincts, and to walk forward with dignity. Life gave me heartbreak, but it also gave me hope, growth, and the chance to love fully and freely once more. And that, in the end, is more powerful than anything else. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Secret Zone.